We're live. By the way, the Cubs won the World Series.
I know.
Did you stay up and watch it?
Wasn't the question yesterday? I think the question was the World Series going to be decided before midnight or after midnight?
No, that was the election.
Oh, I thought you said the World Series, which is why I said after midnight. And guess who won? This girl.
Right, but you were absolutely wrong.
Hey, didn't I say yesterday the Cubs were going to win? Did I say that?
You did, and I was wrong.
You were wrong.
As
You were wrong.
Not the first time, not the last time.
No, honestly, like it. What a game! There was no. It could have gone.
Yeah,
it easily could have gone either way, and it probably would have gone.
If you would have told me that the Indians were going to score
and not win,
more than 3 runs and not win,
or
I can't believe how he managed the game last night. Like
I know, but that's why he's the manager, and we're like, backseat quarterbacks. What do you call? What's the word in baseball anyway?
Backseat quarterback.
That being said,
Monday morning quarterbacks, and you were mixing your metaphors there.
Monday morning quarterbacks and whatever, the backseat driver. The 2015-2016 baseball season is officially closed. The Chicago Cubs are no longer the GOATs of MLB. That is off their back. They have won the World Series. I have some very, very, very good friends who are Cleveland Indian fans. They are not so happy this morning because they, too, have spent many, many years. Was it 1948 the last time they won? Gosh.
48.
It's a long time. And what's
you know how long ago it is? I wasn't even born yet.
You weren't even born yet. That's insane. Here's the thing, right? So you play the whole season. What is it? 180 games? 160 games? How many games?
162 games.
162 games in the regular season. Then if you make it to the World Series, there's easily, 8 to 10 games, maybe? Okay, so that's 170 games. Right? Then you have the World Series, which goes to Game 7. Maybe it's 180 games. So you play 180 games, and it comes down to the last inning, the last few minutes of the last inning, and you lose, right? And it is a different loss than not making the playoffs, right? So you don't make the playoffs. At least you get a lengthy off season. You get to relax, recoup, replenish, refurbish, revitalize, readjust. Renegotiate is the most important one. You have that time. You have all summer. You come back for spring training. You feel good. You lose in the World Series. It's different. I mean, when is spring training now? In 2 months? In February?
Spring training starts. Pitchers and catchers report in February, middle of February.
Okay, so what do you got?
And this year you have the World Baseball Classic coming up.
So there's really no time, and more than that, when the Indians wake up this morning, or not just the Indians, when Cleveland fans wake up this morning, just the baseball ones, because you basketball fans, you got it made. There's this tremendous sense of like punch to the gut, like, God, we went through all of that. We stayed up for every game.
We were up 3-1.
We sweated with you. We bled with you. We cried and we laughed with you, and we lost. And now you got to start from scratch. It's like losing on American Ninja Warrior, right? You wait and you train and you stay in that line, and you're so prepared and your body is ready. You train all year for it, and you get up on the first obstacle and your foot slips and you're out. No second chance, and you're done. Why do I say this, and how do I know this? Because I've spent so many games covering the losing end on championships when I was a sportscaster, and you could tell the difference between the people that it is it's a punch to the gut, and then those who are in it as a business and who are thinking, okay, now I'm a free agent and I get to move on. I mean, you sit in a loser's locker room and it is brutal. On the flip side, I remember I was in the Mets clubhouse. It was their locker room, I guess, when they beat the Dodgers in the NLCS, or was the NLDS, and it was a couple years back. Anyway, whatever it was.
This was in 2000.
I have a video of it where they put goggles on me and then went nuts with the champagne, and I was so serious about my job. I was wearing a blazer, like a pantsuit, back when we wore pantsuits. And I had my goggles on, and I was still doing my stand-up. Champagne was up.
1 second, John from Cherry Hill is being critical.
Of course. Let's hear it, John.
He can't believe that you were a sportcaster and you didn't know the magic number was 162.
I did. I said 160. Settle down, John. John, let me ask you a question. Talk to me about fasted cardio. You work out, so if you've ever been to the gym, you must know what fasted cardio is.
We're waiting for his fasted cardio.
Okay, so I covered sports. I covered sports 12 years ago. I said 160. It was 162. I think I get a pass on that. That being said, it was the most unbelievable feeling to watch these grown men, 25 to 35-year-olds.
Oh, he was saying that you said 180. John, for those of you not following, she was saying including...
Oh, including the playoff games and the World Series. It's about 180 games. Everything. Regular season, playoffs, depending on how far you go, and the World Series. Do I get a pass?
John's
MIA.
John Siri. No, he's going to be back. He gives you a pass.
He gives me a pass. Sure. Thank you, John. Mwah.
And actually, yesterday, he did chime in that he was multitasking.
Yeah, he did, because he's working for the Canadian government.
No, he says he's in plastics. Which reminded me, for those of you who are in plastics, you have to see Diner.
Okay. I don't know what that's referring to. But
right, see Diner.
Hopefully I will. So that's what it's like. Let me do it again. It was such a cool feeling. I'd like to find that video. We should put it up on my Instagram account of me doing this thing. And these guys.
Was Greg Jeffries there with you?
No, it wasn't that far back. I was a kid when, gosh, I was in love with Greg Jeffries. Like I wanted to marry Greg Jeffries.
I heard. You found him intriguing. In his own way.
And Tim Tuffle, but only because Timmy Tuffle looked like Michael J. Fox. That's why I liked. I don't usually fall for a utility builder, but.
Well,
but I
Jeffries
love that
was a third baseman.
Yeah,
and number one pick.
He
was like, the all
a
American.
little overhyped. It was a little bit of like the Ryan Leaf of like baseball. Like he didn't really pan out as much. But he played for the Phillies after that. I think he went play for the Phillies.
Better career than Ryan Leaf, I think. Yeah.
Ryan Leaf didn't even have really a career. So that was that. It was amazing. It was great to watch. It was nice to be able to watch a game that I didn't have like a vested interest or a vested stake in any way. I didn't bet on it. I didn't come from anywhere. Ugh, I've red all over my hand. I'll tell you why in a second. And it was nice. Now, that being said, did I actually watch the last app? Hells to the no. I was like 3 hours deep into a sleep. I did a crazy thing yesterday. I worked out first thing in the morning.
You doubled up, right? Yeah.
Then I had to meet someone for a meeting, and meetings now are less let's grab a drink and more let's take a class. So I agreed, and we took a class with Billy Simons, which was really nice.
I'm sorry, John. He's insulted that you thought that he was always being critical, because he's actually very supportive. I don't read all of your support, John, so Jenna doesn't get to see how often you're on there being
things, so I apologize.
He does say a lot of nice things. He's a big supporter of the show.
I'm sorry, John.
John, I apologize for doing you a disservice.
To perfectly honest with you, really candid, I really appreciate you watching. I love when you check in, and actually when you don't, we kind of miss it. We're like, is John from... So thank you. And Tony Kendall. Those are like the two people watch the show.
No, there's a lot more. We have a lot more.
We have a lot more.
He said we're good.
Thank you very much. So I didn't get I came home from that, and I couldn't even like see straight. And I will say, after 12 long, hard, give it the old college try days, my beloved Steph, who really is one of the strongest women I've ever met in my life, called it a diet. And she broke it last night.
I'm actually thinking of going for another few months on it.
I have to do whatever you do
until I lose a pound.
So Stephanie actually, believe it or not, lost too much weight.
I don't believe it.
She did. She lost.
I should cook for her.
You should. She lost like 6 pounds in like a week and a half.
How many potatoes did she have?
Not much. I mean, it's hard.
She should just eat potatoes.
I know. Well,
she'd have like potatoes like sandwiches.
Okay. That's great, and that's what we should work on is potatoes as sandwiches.
Yeah.
You know what's good, Lance?
Potato sandwiches.
No. Take an apple slice.
I'm allergic to apples. Thank you. I love you dearly.
Well, that's why I'm telling you to have it. Okay. Then put a second apple.
And go walk on a beehive. With the dog.
With the dog, and have some peanuts at the same time.
While you're driving your horse.
You would literally die. All the things you're allergic to.
I have a lot of people who would actually try to get me to do that.
It's life trying to kill you, Lance. That's what's happening. So got home late. We basically scarfed down some food. We watched some baseball, and it was nice to like. I think I saw her for the first time in a week, and we both sat on the couch, and she was like, "It's good to see you." I'm like, "It's good to see." I didn't get to the end of the sentence. I didn't even say the word "you," and we both passed out. But we watched, and then she went in, and I watched a little bit more of the game, and that was the end of the night. And then this morning I took yet another class with another meeting, 6 a.m. So I am good with my workouts for a little while. I am definitely in a good place.
Did you remember to stretch? Do you stretch when you work out?
I try. I try to take one day of just stretching, but it's hard for me.
Oh, so not before every workout?
Yeah, you want to do I used to do static stretching until I found out from Charlie that static stretching isn't really that good for you.
John, can you get us what
I
static
can just
stretching
tell you
is?
what it is. It's now I do more of a dynamic stretch. It's actually like a cardio stretch. So you stretch as
for the
movements.
for the uninitiated.
For the
What is dynamic?
Oh.
Okay, John doesn't even know what.
So a dynamic stretch is holding one position, right? So
Maybe
if
we
you're
want Connor to do it.
We are going to have Connor come in for a move today. I already worked it out. Listen, here's your static stretches. So you stand and say you like hold this for 30 seconds. You're holding one position for like 30 seconds and then to the next. A dynamic stretch, you're moving. So instead of doing that, maybe you do like 20 apple pickers, or you jump up and down, or you do some high knees or something.
Wait, the 20 apple pickers is not the exercise. That's
No,
the stretch.
and that's not even the warm up. Like I should give you a full 20 apple pickers, 20 high knees, 20 pikes, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. I mean, that would be like a really good workout.
John is thinking you're looking good, by the way.
Thank you.
John's having a big day here.
John's big. But wait, listen, I didn't even give you the big
He said the diet's
news.
obviously working.
Oh, thank you. I've actually lost 4 pounds. No, 3 pounds.
And Stretch 1964 says you're here.
Thank you, Stretch. Mwah. I just took that off, and now I'm a little bit chilly. We're going to put it back on. Today's going to be one of those days. When the sun's out, it's coming off. So wait, listen to the big news. Today, the big news. The big salad. Today was Quinn's big interview for school. Her big school interview.
Oh, the one the application that you had written the other time.
Quinn is 20 months, and today was the big interview. So we put her in her favorite outfit. We're having
Did you change
some
her diaper
problems.
before the interview?
We
or?
did this time, because last
That's a
time we
good
brought
idea.
Harper in for hers, and she just pooped hell and high water out of herself right out of that room. We're having some issues. Quinn does not like wearing clothes. I don't know if anyone's got a child that goes through this. Fights like hell to put a shirt on.
One of my kids actually
Fights like hell with
had
her
like
pants.
a crazy label issue, and it was really like it really itched her. Like we fought her on it, and then we realized it was real.
Well, I don't. It seems like this is real. She cries bloody heck. I mean, can't put socks, can't put shoes on. I mean, we eventually get it on, but it is torture every day. I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, we got to the interview. She did great. She nailed the math. On the verbal, she did pretty well on the verbal.
How was she at the athletics?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
She walked over to this bucket. She picked up like 12 animals like in her one hand. She's so strong. And then she walked back across the room and then took them and stood them all up. Balanced them all on their little 4 legs. And then she turned around and she said, yay, yay. And then she walked over and kicked them all and said, yippee. So she passed. And then we went to see Harper in her classroom. And Quinn walked right in, walked right up to Harper, took the stamper, this red stamper from her hands and said, mine, and walked out of the class. And I was like, she's ready. She's ready. And then that's why she stamped all over me with that. And then I left her there and I jumped in a cab and here I am.
Allison is asking where you got the jacket.
The jacket is, this might be Marcy's jacket. Yeah, I think this is Marcy's jacket.
Cool.
Oh, thank you. I'm a big fan of super comfortable leather jackets. Nothing crazy that you can't move in. But if it's comfortable and you have the right one, you can almost wear it like a shirt. So,
So
let me just
Marcy,
double
maybe you
check.
can.
Yeah, because then I can help with Marcy. Yeah, this is Marcy's jacket. And the reason I know that is because it's because there's no label on it, because she probably grabbed it and just like gave it to me. But Marcy, tell me where someone can buy this jacket if you're watching.
When you get
Watching.
back.
When you get a chance.
Okay.
That's it?
There's a lot, but I didn't want to interrupt you
Oh,
any more than I've already interrupted
No,
you.
there's no such thing as
Okay,
interrupting.
Gentry Bradford says texture can really bother kids. Find things that are really soft without tags and let them choose clothes. That helps. That's actually a good idea. Like
Yeah.
when you're buying the clothing,
Yeah.
have them pick out the stuff texture-wise
Okay.
that works for them.
Wait, let me tell Marcy
Um,
to log in.
Log in and post.
Marcy.
Good morning, Jenna from Iowa.
Hi.
Stretch 1964. Okay. This is from Marianne Ford, a regular. Have you ever seen anyone run softly on a treadmill with a herniated neck disc? Just got second steroid shot in spine, so 90% of pain gone in neck and arm. And I know you're not a doc.
I'm not. I don't feel comfortable answering those kinds of questions because I think you should always check with your doctor before I give you advice that could impede your recovery.
Allison says thank you.
You got
Jenna
it, Al.
says hi. Ron Vegas says hi, Jenna.
Hey, Ron.
Moira Kalakoda says a little chilly out there, darling.
No, it's not actually. It's nice.
Actually a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Always.
Judy Walker says you get a pass, have a chicken nugget and relax. You did one hell of a job yesterday on Dr. Oz.
So I was on Dr. Oz. Who cares if I was on Dr. Oz? But my mom was on Dr. Oz yesterday.
You need to hire Sheila, LOL.
I know. So hi, Cousin Judy. How are you? Thanks for watching. There's a seat right here next to me the next time you come to New York. Judy's from Chicago. Big night for you, Judy. Big night. Huge.
Marvin Kirschenbaum.
Marvin, checking
We
in.
had to turn off the game at the end of 9 when the tarps came out. The score
Yeah.
was tied at 6. I wake up in the morning to learn that one more inning. Damn. Congrats to
It's
Chicago.
Awesome. Yep.
Marianne Ford says, you rule, Jenna.
Thank you,
Total
Marianne.
pass.
Aw, thanks.
She says most of these guys make, and she actually had said earlier, most of these guys make so many millions of dollars. Even the lowest paid players make a couple of hundred a year. They actually make 500,000 a year, I think is the lowest. And their year is only 8 months. No pity.
Wait a minute. They negotiated in the collective bargaining agreement that 500K.
I think 500
No.
is around as minimum for major
I
league
actually disagree.
Okay.
It can't be.
Connor King.
Not
Actually,
that
John.
I disagree. I don't think that's true because I know in football it's considerably less. Well, they obviously have no.
They have considerably more players in football. Roster size is 53 in football and 25 in Major League Baseball.
Is that why, or is it because there is a? There.
It's a CBA above.
I'd love to know that.
John comes in with 507K.
507K. Wow, John, you nailed it. You and Lance. I was wrong.
Wow, John. John should know these things. Me, it's a miracle how you get something right.
I know. Sorry, Lance.
Judy Walker says someone had to lose. Both teams did one hell of a job.
It's easy to say that when your team wins, Judy. I love
Cindy
you.
Montgomery Giles says last night was awesome baseball. Habiba Mohammed says, you aren't too cold over there, Jenna?
No, it's something went horribly wrong with the global. I was going to say with global entry, with our global warming, and it's got to be 74 degrees up here.
I actually think it may have gone right. Golfing in November.
See where Marsh is. Yeah.
Marianne Ford says 168 games. You guys are killing me.
How many games?
She was saying 168 games.
I know. I'm talking about.
I know with the playoffs. I got it.
I know you got it.
Lauren Kramer says, good morning, Jenna. Allison Henderson says, hi, Jenna. Lance and Connor, love your jacket, Jenna. So cool.
Thank you.
Sin Marie Cinnabon Kemp.
Oh my God! What a great name.
Yes. Easy for you to read. She's smiley face and some coffee.
Yes. Can I have some of that coffee? You know what we need? We need an intern.
We need a lot of things.
I know. We
An
need a lot of
intern.
things.
We discussed this whole intern issue yesterday.
We will pay the intern. We need an
We'll pay
intern
to do what?
to just for coffee purposes. I think 4 hours is a long time. Now, granted, by the time I sit down here, I've already put in an hour at the gym.
You want
2
a
cups
coffee
of
intern
coffee.
on it. That's what you think the show is missing, is a coffee intern?
No, listen. I'm alphabetizing what the show needs, and I'm up to C. Okay.
Okay.
Coffee intern.
I thought S for sound is going to come later. John wants to interview for the intern position.
John, I would love you. Honestly, we already know you now. You've already passed. So why don't you?
Anytime you want to come here with coffee, you're more than welcome.
No, John. Why don't you be a guest? Like, why don't we have like our best, most loyal listener be our guest? But how do we know?
We have a lot of loyal
No.
listeners,
Here's what
but-
we're gonna do. I'm gonna say
He
something
needs to sell
today.
his business first.
Okay. I'm gonna say something today, like a fact about me, and then tomorrow.
Oh, the fact of the day. We're going to do like who knows this random fact.
What did
like,
I
on the
say
radio.
yesterday was the
We
blah blah blah
random
blah
fact
blah,
of the
and
day.
then that's the, I think
They do that on
some show-
radio, but yeah, they do that on radio all the time. Like here's the magical moment of the game was this, or they do this during baseball games.
No. Not just what the moment is, but then the next
Wait,
day
it's
you
15
have to
minutes.
remember. it.
15 minutes can save you $15 or
No,
more
you're
on
missing the
Geico.
whole entire point.
I'm not missing the point. I know.
So,
the
for example, say I say like, oh, I wore glasses for 1 year, I was in 5th grade. Then tomorrow I say, what year did I say I wore glasses in? And whoever knows it wins.
Exactly. First one to answer.
All right, now I'm really hot.
John is agreeing with me that the Mets do that for the Mets play of the game.
But what do you get? My point. What do you get for getting
Oh, at
it?
WFAN, you get like you're the thing, and they have some sponsor who you get like There used to be Nat Sherman's cigar. You got to win Nat Sherman's cigar.
Must have been a long time ago.
That's when I listened to the radio. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, she meant your cushion. Turn your cushion around. It just dawned on me. Because I looked at these. Yeah. Just turn the chair around. Or you could do it that way. That's better.
Oh wow.
See? All right, go on. It's good stuff.
I'm all thrown off now. My back is out of alignment. Judy Walker says,
Judy.
as a previous Cubs season ticket holder, that was the most exciting game ever.
Nice.
You know what the crazy thing was about that game? Is there was some, I think they said there was 3 or 4, I guess last night must have been the 4th extra inning, 7th game of a World Series.
Wait, 4th extra. Okay.
So it was the 4th time
A
a World Series
game
game,
that went to
a World
7.
Series game 7 went into extra innings.
Right.
One of the other 4 times, the other 3 times, it was the Indians in '97 lost in extra innings
To
then.
Detroit.
So, to Detroit. So they've lost 50%
Right.
to Detroit,
No. The
to the Marlins.
yes.
Right? Detroit was.
I don't know.
Detroit beat the Cubs. Detroit and the Cubs.
Detroit and the Cubs.
Right,
Hi,
they had
how are
something.
you? Yes, it was Detroit and the Cubs. That's who it was.
Right, there was something there at the Cubs. Okay.
I knew Detroit for something.
Lindsay Edwards gives Cubbies. Gentry Bradford says, amazing game. Kids stayed up to see history.
No. Oh, your kids, not my kids.
Yes.
My kids barely stayed up to see the moon.
Darn. Lance lost it. 1 second. Trying to get to everybody, especially after yesterday's complaint from somebody who...
Did he write back?
He's not written back. He spent his 3 seconds here, criticized the show, moved on.
At least it was just him.
And he's missing out on the best show on
All right, let's hear it.
social media.
I'm still reeling over
Sarah
the fact.
Woolner says, hi, Jenna. Good morning from Reno, Nevada.
Good morning, Sarah.
Rachel Moody says, you're so pretty.
Oh, gosh, thank you.
I think
How come when someone says that I find they need to make like a funny face? Like, deflect, compliments, deflect.
Okay,
back to my
actually,
therapist
we're now starting to get applications for the
For
interview.
an internship?
Okay.
Hey,
Marion Ford says, I'll be your intern. I have an MBA, but recovering from a couple of injuries, so would love it for a few months.
done. We're expanding. Looking for an intern.
Marianne Ford is totes. I'm in for the contest. So Marianne and
I
John
have
are
to
going to
come
be
up with
vying
a
against each other. So you
fact.
have to come up with a fact.
Well, obviously the biggest
Don't
fact
say
is,
intriguing.
That was this.
If you were going to go with intriguing,
Okay.
okay, we have to. We'll come
Okay.
up with one. You think
All
about
right.
it. Aaron Galtal says, morning, Jenna. Pep talk us through the diet. I am
Okay.
at a point I am really struggling to stay on task.
Okay, here we go. Here, let me.
I'm having a really easy time
No,
with this
she
diet.
didn't say, "Hey, Lance, can you please tell
But
me
I'm
how
just
easy
saying-
it is for you when she's obviously struggling?" So
because
that's
she's not having enough potatoes.
I'm going to be nice to you and just say, "Hold on for 1 second," because when someone's saying you're struggling, well, you should never say it's so easy for me.
No,
I'm
but
not-
it's because of the
I'm sure
recipes.
they're having potatoes. Let me tell you
I'm
something.
sure they're not. Ask
You
her.
can have
Are you having
potatoes.
potatoes?
Don't have white potatoes. You
Have
can
white
have one or
potatoes.
two
You're allowed
sweet
to. You're
potatoes.
allowed white
But
potatoes.
please, Lance, just 2 seconds.
I should shut up.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to say shut up, Lance?
No, but
Just
what
say
I'd like to say
say
is,
cinnamon.
please just let me talk. Just one word. Let me get one sentence out. Don't listen to Lance, basically. 99.9% of people that will do this will lose weight. Lance doesn't need to lose weight, and Lance doesn't want to lose weight, so he's eating more food, and he's eating starchier food, which is fine to do. This isn't really a weight loss plan, but you will lose weight. Lance happens to look incredible, and it pains me to say that because right now I'm very annoyed by him. He looks gorgeous today. Shaved, cut his hair. He's wearing all black, like a total GQ type of thing. I'm almost embarrassed
I
to
wear
show you what he
total
looks
black. I
like.
wear black every
Every
day.
day. Listen, here's the deal. We're up to day 13 if you're following along. Of course it's not easy. If this was easy, you would do this every single day of every single week of every single month of every single year. Your body would be perfect. But this is what separates the people who can from the people who won't. The hard things. The first week is easy because you're trying something new. The second week is okay because you're starting to struggle a little bit. But now we're getting close to our third week. And now no one's giving you any attention anymore. No one's impressed. No one's excited about it. It's just about you and what you want to feed your body. You and how you want to treat your body, and where you want your body to be at the end of these 30 days. So it is so easy for you to say, you know what, it was too hard. Hand down. 1 second. I'll get to you.
I
in a
want my
second,
body to
Lance.
be in Hawaii.
It is so easy. Easy. The easiest thing you could possibly do right now, and I forget who asked this question, is go into your cupboard, grab I don't even know, what would your thing be that you want to cheat with?
Aaron Galtall.
Aaron, there's nothing that you could take right now, or you could eat, or you could hold in your hand, that's going to somehow go through your system and you're going to say, oh, I needed that. Now I feel much better. It's all just a challenge, right? So there are two types of people in the world. The people who will get through it and the people that won't. Be the person that gets through it. Just focus a little more. You will not die if you do one more day on this plan, right? The only thing that could happen to you, literally the only thing, Aaron, is that you are going to burn a few more calories, maybe lose a little weight, be so happy with yourself, because it takes all of 35 seconds to have a cookie. But you know how long it takes to burn that cookie off? What's the point? So you feel good? You know, you taste that in your mouth for how long? I guarantee you that the next time you have a craving for something sweet, and I don't know if it's your sweet thing, go brush your teeth. It'll kill 85% of that craving. It's the last thing you want to do. Lance is going to brush his teeth.
Reminds me, actually.
I'll be right back. Okay. I just went off on a little bit of a thing. I apologize if I got a little brutal.
Last night?
Lance,
No, this is important because we can't have the mints.
literally in the middle of a thought.
The mints.
Literally in the middle of a sentence.
Okay, I reminded
I
you.
can't even explain how much of a middle of a sentence and thought I was in. I was on a roll. It was me and Aaron.
Sorry.
And you know what Lance said? And yeah, I tried some mouthwash last night. It's pretty awesome. Now,
Mouthwash.
as annoyed as I am that he had to interrupt me for saying that, he's onto something. Mint will curb your craving. You don't believe me? Just try it. The hard part is not going to be not eating the food. The hard part is going to be going to brush your teeth when you're done.
But we're not
No one
allowed
wants to
mints
do
on
it.
this diet.
Forget mints. Go brush your teeth. Go have some mouthwash.
But I don't carry my toothbrush. But I was thinking that having a little...
Yeah. Serenity now.
Can you imagine that 5 people voted for me?
Lance, I'm literally going to vote you right off the show in about 5 seconds. Let's say hello to the rest of the people before we get started.
Well, what was your point?
I don't know.
Finish your point that I interrupted.
Well, why
You
don't you
were on
make
a
it
roll.
so much more challenging? The next time you have a big board meeting, Lance, by the way, is on the board of like 18 companies.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're uncomfortable and you don't want to talk about it.
It's not about...
It's not about... Oh, now...
I see it. It's the
let's
Jenna
go through
Wolf show.
board by board. Let's go through the companies
Okay, what
that you're on
happened?
the board
You
of.
go do your...
Oh, now
do your-
see how this works?
Okay.
That being said, I'm going to walk in and I'm going to go, excuse me, yeah? I use mouthwash 3 times a day. That's what I'm going to say. And you're going to be like,
No, I didn't realize
the
they
middle
had...
of a
Look how
thought here.
small this mouthwash thing is.
yeah, I know.
Okay, so you can put it in your pocket because, like, I've been struggling because a big part of what I learned from you was the mints, curbing your appetite, and so I was just
I
like,
would highly suggest you getting the big Costco brand bottle of Scope and trying to stick that thing in your pocket and walk around with it all day. I think that, to me, that's where I think this conversation is going. How to fit a big Costco thing in your... Isn't that what we're talking about? The size
No,
of a
I'm
mouthwash
talking
that
about
can fit
something
in your
very
hands?
small.
Let me show people this thing again. No, he's actually onto something. Wouldn't it be funny if this was like face wash?
I brought it in the shower with me this morning. I thought it was-
Excuse me. Oh, it is mouthwash. It said rinse. I thought it said rinse douche. It said rinse bouche, which is mouth in French. But I'm blind as a bat. I swear I thought this said rinse douche. I almost literally lost my shit. Nothing would bring me more joy than if Lance was swirling douche stuff in his mouth. Nothing would bring me more joy. It literally would have been the best thing that ever happened to me. But it wasn't douche, it was boosh. My apologies, Mom, if you're watching. Well, you just made my day.
All right.
God, I wish you were struggling.
Oh man.
Okay, go on. Let's just finish up. and then we have a
Allison
special
Henderson
guest.
is. Oh man, what about if go to pick up my kids from school and miss the fact of the day? Well, you should be listening
all day,
all
every
day long. You can watch the replay.
No, we should tell you
They
when
can
it's
also
good.
watch the replay. No. That's the whole idea behind it. Is they have to
we
watch.
can't make anyone watch 4 hours of a show. No one
John,
watch
can we
4
make
hours.
anyone watch 4
John
hours?
is the only one. If there's
We don't
another
make anyone,
human,
but if John's
Okay.
watching the 4 hours, he should benefit.
okay. How about this? If anyone can watch this whole show, you win. That's it. The bar is super low, like it's underground, basically.
Okay, Gentry Bradford says, my boys. I'm assuming Gentry's talking about the Cubs.
Yeah.
Sue Hansen says, you're awesome. K-Jax Bailey says, hi from Cincinnati. Why are viewers giving you a hard time this week? You're the greatest.
Thank you so much.
Andrea McKee says, beautiful arms, Jenna. Tim
Thank you.
Wiedemann says, will you ever be back on the Today Show?
Do you want me to be back in the Today Show? Don't you want me to hear? I can't be this person on the Today Show.
Yeah.
All I can do on the Today Show is introduce for 10 seconds a spot and then come back out and say we'll have more in our next half hour.
John leaves this on as background music.
Okay.
So he tunes in and out.
All right. I think
Marianne
that was just TMI.
Ford says, this will be fun. Stephanie Fuchs says, love you, Jenna, and Steph too.
Thank you very much.
Maureen Briner says, shh, Lance,
Thank you.
I need the pep talk too.
Thank
Rebecca McLean says, show us Lance new look. New look, I'm in black. Haley, it's like an age-old look.
Come sit here. You look fantastic.
Fine. I'm reading the stuff here.
Go.
We have a show to run.
We have a show to do. We have a show to do.
We are doing a show.
This is the show.
This is the show. This-
I don't know how that happened. This is the show. I can't. All right, let's go. I can't believe I need sunglasses. I'm literally wearing a tank top. It's like November 30th.
Haley Whitecoff says, Jenna, can you talk about workout energy while you're doing Whole30? I know you're working out a ton and you're superhuman, but for the average person.
Okay, you know what? I will actually address this, and that's important because a lot of people say this to me. Every once in a while, you need to step outside your comfort zone. And it doesn't matter how far outside you go. I don't care if you dip your toe outside your comfort zone. If you want your body to change in any way, if you want your life to change in any way, if you want your mood to change in any way, then do something different. Do something that isn't comfortable. Whatever it is, I don't care if you say hi to a stranger on the street, if you give up sugar for a week, if you watch the show for 4 hours, which would probably be the most uncomfortable. Whatever it is, I want you to do something that is a little bit outside your comfort zone. So this for me is outside my comfort zone. This is 30 days where I'm going to take all processed foods out of my diet completely. Not that I ate a ton of it, but it would be nice to challenge myself and see if I can do this. And people challenge themselves in all different ways. I'd like to see if I can do this. Do I need to lose weight? No. Would it be great to get all that processed food out of me and be healthy? Absolutely. Same to you and same to us. So that's why I'm doing it. As far as the workout goes, I need it. I don't think I am fat and I need to go and work out like a crazy person. For me, it's all mental, right? I'm never more on my game, more focused, more ready to conquer everything and anything, and more ready to sort of de-stress than when I come out of a workout where I gave absolutely everything I have. Then I can settle in and sort of take on the rest of the day. That's why I do it. And we talked about this yesterday. For the person that always says, why are you skipping dessert? You know, look what your body looks like. Well, why do you think my body looks like that? Because I skipped dessert. So everything in moderation, but not this month. This month, everything is sort of balls to the wall. We're going all at it. And just to keep you up to date, we're doing a combination of paleo and the Whole30. 30 days. No dairy, no grains, no alcohol, no processed sugar, no legumes, no grains.
You don't
I said
like
that?
potatoes.
I'm not even touching the potatoes.
Okay. But sweet potatoes
Single
you like.
ingredient foods for 1 month. Just see if you can do it.
Nicole Gentile says, I carry peppermint oil with me wherever I go.
Beautiful. Smart. Awesome.
Gentry Bradford says, basil and water is amazing. It helps the cravings.
Love. And I love basil.
Marvin Kirschenbaum says, any kind of mint. Wintergreen count?
Sure. Any kind of mint.
But you're not allowed any of those mints, I thought.
Keep moving. Not everyone's on the thing we're doing. I'm just saying, if you want to curb your sugar, your cravings.
Ron
right.
Vegas says, love your smile, Jenna. Gentry Bradford says, dying laughing. I think
Thank
that's
you,
a
Gentry.
criticism of me. Irene Kibu says, hi, Jenna, lost 3 pounds, but I'm on day 9. Best World Series ever.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Gentry Bradford says, okay.
Moving on.
She's saying the comments are just for me.
Okay.
But
Great.
part of the comments here, the comments are for everybody. Just so everybody should know. I'm not
The
just
speed of the show is determined by the speed of Lance's pace
Reading
with which
glasses.
he reads. Reading glasses. Yep.
in my mouth.
That's it?
There's
We're all
more,
caught
there's
up?
more, but I needed
Did
a break.
Marcy say anything?
Marcy, no.
And did my mom
Um,
check in? Nobody checked
Erin
in?
Galt Hall says she listens every day for the 4 hours, except for when she went to Texas for a couple of days. Why did she go to Texas for a couple of days?
Who?
Erin Galtall. She said she listens all the time, except for when she went to
I can't,
Texas.
apparently they don't carry Facebook in Texas, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you ready?
Yeah, and then
Next guest.
we'll come
Or
back
you want-
on to everything.
Want to do that, or you want to review anything? Next guest.
Just get this over.
Let's get going.
Let's do it. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good time. You guys ready over there?
Sure, we didn't coordinate. I should have, like,
Oh, last time you
Oh,
guys
we
were
were
both
wearing the
in your
same
yellow.
thing.
Yes.
Do you want to know something, honestly? I keep getting the same text over and over. The
Todd
truth
Brains
is,
says Jenna Wolf is awesome and very inspiring. I am new regular. Lance keeps skipping my comments.
Lance, why
Todd,
do you do
not
that?
true.
But why?
I don't skip over anybody's comments. I read everybody's comments.
Okay.
Unless they come in late.
All right.
Oh.
What? Marcy?
No.
My mom?
First of all, Marvin says, who are the guests today? Marvin, the guests are coming up. We'll see.
We'll see
I'm
the
Gentry
guests.
Bradford. Says Aaron, we got it here.
Yeah.
Sheila
Mom, finally.
says, hi, Jenna. Watching
Mom,
the
what's
show.
up? Mom, she just said, hi, Jenna, I watch your show.
Watching the show.
Okay. Every day, Mom.
Todd
Every
Brains
day.
says, scroll down Lance. I
Okay.
don't know what he's talking about.
All right. Why don't we take a break and we are going to come back and get started?
Reset. Okay.
You know I love you, Lance, right?